Totes closed for the first and we're ready to run. Set. Racing, Polly the Dolly, fair in an even line. CIB settles back last, going to the lead. Frisky Gambler jumped 3 lengths last week, goes to the lead by 2. Polly the Dolly comes after it, followed through there by Minder. Next around here, Steal the Gold. Gee, the field's broken up. Then here's Boris, who gets off the track. Further back, Corborn Linz, Corborn Frost and CIB in serious trouble as 100 metres last. And Frisky Gambler's going to lead all the way and beat Polly the Dolly in the first. Minder runs third. Steal the Gold is the next to go by. Followed through by Ears, Boris, Corborn Linz, Corborn Frost. They were interfered with too. In the drama that saw CIB come in along last, one of the joint favourites. That's it. Racing, Big Time George slow, Harry Brown slow, best out here, Corborn Jared, you know Brent Handy, and oh, one's gone down here, that was Nero, and in the meantime, swooping around the outside of the trouble, Harry Brown takes up the lead, Allegro Beatty has come across with it, drifting wide on the track to Corborn Jared, further back in the race then to Harkin and Bale, outside of that was Corborn Stick, and then Big Time George, Harry Brown scores here on Allegro Beatty, followed across there, Corborn Jared, then we had Harkin and Bale. Behind these runners then to Corborn Stick, Big Time George. You know Brent, who'd made a reasonably good beginning, got into a bit of strife, and not as much as Nero though, who went down. 8, 6, 3 and 2 the way they've finished here. Racing, Bear Square comes out, running out nicely too is Americano and Kororukchuk, but the Bear, he drives to the lead and Kororukchuk just gets a clip off the heels. Americano the outside, Corborn Meza missed the kick but starts to recover the inside. Hard Merch back behind that with Big Time on fire. Last pair, Kirkham Kylie and Corborn Daniel. Bear Square in front of Kororukchuk and Corborn Meza. Bear Square in again from Kororukchuk and Corborn Meza third. Big Time on fire, got home well. Americano there too. Followed through then by Hard Merch, Kirkham Kylie and Corborn Daniel. Set to go. Racing, Big Time Sugar out okay in a line, starts to surge around the outside, and 1 or 2 trying to hold up the inside. Mila comes out on top, Big Time Sugar goes up to that, followed through there, Big Time Basher getting past that was Corborn Kaz. Hypocritical's off the track here, sneaking through the inside there, Big Time Jane, back in the piece, it's the lovely Big Time Basher's gone back, Big Time Sugar is in front and holding Mila, Big Time Sugar, Mila. Then we had Corborn Kaz is followed through then by Big Time Jane. Money goes west on Hypocritical, Lover who didn't pick the jump, and it's the lovely at the back. Racing. Big Time Madison missed the start by 15 lengths. Fancy Fafita hops out nicely, and Big Time Sandy is beside it, right in the ruck too. We've got Dermot Brown, we've got Mischief Viking pushing through, Big Time Riley out wide. Right around the outside here, Pinky Winky. The only one who's not in the ruck is Big Time Madison. Coming to the corner, Fancy Fafita turns first on Mischief Viking. Then Dermot Brown. Big Time Sandy went west. Up they come. Over the top, Mischief Viking gets its win. Mischief Viking, Fancy Fafita. Dermot Brown third. Big Time Sandy balanced up, got going again. Might have been fourth, but Big Time Riley is still there. Pinky Winky behind them. Big Time Redo and Big Time Madison, who completely blew the start. Racing Big Time Otiata way better today and goes through to the lead here on Corborn Jazzy. Up and around the outside, Danley Night Out, Toki Girl trying to push through the inside. Others are jamming up in behind him, one or two getting checked. Paddy Boy is back there, so too is Corborn Betsy. Braddon Begins and Thrilling Stand got checked as it is going forward on the corner. Big Time Otti in front from Danley Night Out, Toki Girl. Further back, Corborn Jazzy, Braddon Begins. Danley Night Out getting over the top of Toki Girl coming. Danley Night Out wins from Toki Girl and a tiring Big Time Otti, and dashing at them there was Braddon Begins, followed through there by Corborn Jazzy. Behind them then to Thrilling Stan, Paddy Boy and Corborn Betsy. Racing. Good even line. Me Jane gets out nicely. Big Time Rosie as well. Me Jane leads Big Time Rosie. The inside there for Dinah Bevelin. Just beside that, Corborn Simsy. Circling around to third now, Charlie Bobo. Then Corborn Simsy, Big Time Jonty. Drifting back behind them, Tammy's Fire. Further back in the race there, Corborn Bluey. And Dinah Bevelin got shuffled all the way out the back. Me Jane travelling sweetly here on Big Time Rosie and Charlie Bobo. And heading the rest in is Big Time Jonty. 10, 6, 8 and 5 the first four. Next to go by was Tammy's Fire. Gaps back then, Corborn Simsy. Last pair in, Dinah Bevelin after being handy early, and Corborn Bluey. Racing, Big Time Fred comes out well. Slowest to go here, Idle Jazz missed it by 3 lengths. Levi was second to last away, and Big Time Fred drives to the lead by 2. Big Time Eve comes after it. Then Big Time Liam, followed around the outside by Blackjack Man, Big Time Talker. Behind these runners then Idle Jazz, out wider of that Apricity, and check back to last Big Time Levi. No chance today. Big Time Fred turns first. Big Time Eve running a race the inside, and Thrill on the inside. Big Time Liam is coming as well. 3-way, go Liam! Liam I think got through and scored on Big Time Fred, and Big Time Eve third between them and close up. Then we had Big Time Talker. Apricity found the line okay. Idle Jazz back behind that. Blackjack Man and Levi. There was no recovery off the slow beginning today. Racing, Lightem Jacks out okay, then down on its nose, and Autumn Lights leads, and Lightem Jacks goes again. The outside Big Time, we've got Crazy Kicker, Big Time Phantom around the outside of that, and right around the outside Thrilling Fergus surges forward. Big Time Monty's got back for that multi, and now Autumn Lights is shuffled all the way to the back. Lightem Jacks leads, Thrilling Fergus is on its tail and out a touch wider. Behind them then to Crazy Kicker, Big Time Caleb, Big Time Monty. Lightem Jacks in again from Thrilling Fergus. That'll be followed over then by Crazy Kicker, Big Time Caleb, Big Time Monty. Behind them Autumn Lights and Big Time Phantom at the back. Racing, Fusion Cronulla is slow again, and back with Big Time Dazzler and Frappuccino early and blowing to the leaders. Big Time Do It over on the outside there. Big Time Flyer goes forward. That'd be followed through then by Corborn Buckle the inside, getting around the outside of that too. Big Time Dazzler recovering further back in the race. Frappuccino, Fusion Cronulla trying to move 3 wide. Big Time McDaddy back behind that, and then Big Time Vanessa in the straight. It's Big Time Do It in front. Now they're coming, and Fusion Cronulla is flying. Fusion Cronulla gets up and scores. Corborn Buckle dash just a second, and third to go by was Big Time Do It. Then we've got Big Time Flyer, Big Time Dazzler, Big Time Vanessa, Frappuccino, Big Time McDaddy, and they were all in a heap. Racing, Timmy Trumpet and Thrilling Raider, both a touch slow here. Mark's Boys out well. Tranquil Roo gets up on the pace, and here comes Timmy Trumpet. Burns. Thrilling Raider went to the rail. Can he get right through? Don't know. Timmy Trumpet goes clear here. About 3 to 4 lengths on Thrilling Raider. Followed through then by Spare Some Time. Over the outside then to Big Time Thinker. Big Time JJ. Mark's Boys got back. So too Big Time Rise. Tranquil Roo. Thrilling Raider charges the inside of Timmy Trumpet, gets home and lands the multi for someone there. Thrilling Raider scores from Timmy Trumpet. Gallant in defeat again. Then we had Spare Some Time. Of course, he won last Thursday. They'd be followed by Big Time JJ. Mark's Boy was well back with that. Big Time Rise in amongst that with Big Time Thinker. Racing, Allegro Gun out nicely, Map My Run going with it early, followed through there by Big Time Paddy, gets into a nice spot. Spring Allegro over on the outside, is followed through there by sneaking up between runners, Big Time Crack and Big Time Blue. Big Time Doug's got off them and Nighthawk Rose runs the rail. Allegro Gun's trying to work hard around Map My Run and they get awkward. Map My Run goes wide, Big Time Paddy comes the inside. Here is Nighthawk Rose flying. Got up. Bill Hodge and Kim Fraser, they win with Nighthawk Rose on Big Time Paddy, and Allegro Gun might have cost it on the corner. Then we had Big Time Doug getting home. Spring Allegro was back behind them. Map My Run, things went horribly awkward on the home corner. Big Time Crackham might have beaten that one in. Ron Gurney rolls the lure and we're ready to run. Racing, Ocean Gambler out okay in an even line. Al's Apprentice gets out quite well, trying to hit it off as Golden Pixel, and does. Golden Pixel leads, but Ocean Gambler ranges up the outside. Couple of lengths away, Power Crusade gets handy, then Corborn Nath, followed through by Big Time Trev, Big Time Mark. Al's Apprentice, who's been shuffled back, and back with that there was Big Time to Mac. Ocean Gambler goes clear here on Power Crusade and Golden Pixel. Ocean Gambler is in. From Power Crusade, Golden Pixel, Corborn Nath, Big Time Trev, Big Time to Mac alongside Big Time Mark and Al's Apprentice at the back. And a racing, Audacious Assin comes out well. Very slow to go, Loco Amigo is 10 lengths last. Audacious Assin leads. Couple swooping around the outside. Corborn Sandy's one. Mikachu is another trying to poke up between runners. Then we had Bacon My Heart and Lisa Del Marcus, who runs a bit wide. Behind them, Audacious Assin's been shuffled. Going back to Duke Baxter, Loco Amigo, and kicking well clear. Corborn Sandy runs away and scores. Botany Diane got up for second again, would you believe? Followed through by Mikachu. Next to go by was Lisa Del Marcus. Then we had Bacon My Heart, Audacious Assin. Loco Amigo ended up beating one home, and that was Lisa Del Marcus. If I didn't, must have called it, ran fourth, of course. Duke Baxter it was. And we're ready to run. Racing, Clover Victoria out nicely. Corborn Steel and Clover Victoria there early, then Ginger Cole. Round the outside comes Demand Blue Blood, crosses to the rail nicely, then Big Time Narelle is followed through there by Tiger Uppercut, Homebush Myra and Big Time Spirit. No way. Clover Victoria leads around the corner here. Corborn Steel having another go the outside, then Demand Blue Blood, who's coming hard the inside. Demand Blue Blood gets the lead, gets the win. Corborn Steel second. Clover Victoria tied on its run for third. Followed through there we had Ginger Cole not far away, and that wasn't a bad run. Big Time Narelle was just back in behind them. Homebush Myra, Tiger Uppercut, and back with them Big Time Spirit.